Everybody, today we got a little bit of a mail call video. Another one. More junk. No, it's not junk. I got some good stuff here, man. Good stuff. First thing, let's whip this out. The Eachine EX5 showed up from DHL. There that is. That's that Mavic Mini clone. 4K, all that stuff. So we're going to have to get that open and try that out. I got the one battery version. So, and without the case. It's just the one battery without the case. So we'll get that going. Next up is this. This is called Battle Hunters, and it's these two vehicles, and they do have remotes with them. They're back there on the side and over here, if you can see them. They got remote controllers. Well, one of them is autonomous, and it'll drive by itself, and the other one you control. Or you can have another player control the other one, whatever. However you want to work it. But yeah, they Battle Hunter sent this out to me to check out, so I'm gonna get to it. I gotta get to it, man. But it looks pretty cool. It's got those tires. I don't know what they call them. The kind that DJI gadget has. That little DJI tank, where those tires, where the thing will go sideways, not just forward and backward. So I don't know what they call it. I know it begins with an M. It's like Meekin or something like that. I'm just not sure what it's called. But anyway, we'll get into that. And this box is very heavy, so these things must be built pretty solid. Next up, from Best Buy. I couldn't get this at the store when I went to the store 30 times, so I finally just broke down and did it the other way. So that game looks really good. So I can't wait to dive into this. Ghost of Tsushima, I guess that's how you pronounce that. Yeah, it looks real good. Next up here, now my Fimi Palm is out in the car, so I can't show that. I forgot to bring it in. Anyway, this is a microphone, and a pretty nice long one too for the Fimi Palm. Right here. Got the USB-C adapter on it, the nice big microphone right there, and it's got the clip, so I'm gonna check that out. I'm thinking about going somewhere and using that, the mall or the zoo or something like that, so I'm gonna check it out. Next up, we got a set of these Yagi antennas for the Mavic Mini, or any of those DJI Mavic Pro, Mavic Air, not the Mavic Air 2, but the regular Mavic Air. I don't know about these things. I mean, they were like $5 or something, so I figured I'd give them a shot. I don't know if they'll do anything. But I do know a good spot to check them out at would be that they just slide on there like that, That's all. Piece of cake. You just drop them on there. I'm actually going to try these today. I know a nice spot to try them out. That under that train trestle. I always lose my signal there pretty quickly for some reason with the Mini. I get these comments all the time about well, my Mavic Mini will go to 7,000 feet or 6,000. The range can change from day to day. A lot of people don't even realize this. There's a lot of factors go into what kind of range you're going to get when you go out and fly one of these quadcopters. The Mavic Mini has tremendous range. I've had that thing out over 4,000 feet many times. Many times. But the thing is, you're not going to get that every time, everywhere you go. You know, when I go up to that Pioneer Park, sometimes I can only get like, you know, a little over 2,000 feet, and it'll start dropping out and, you know, hesitating and stuff like that. It all depends on a lot of other factors. You know, we know the Mavic Mini will go far in these pristine conditions. It'll go way out there. 10,000 feet, I think. Uh, Dad Random took that thing out, I think 10,000 feet or something like that. But, you know, not everybody lives out in the middle of the desert. You know, in the city, you're probably not going to get as much rain. Plus, you got range. Plus, you got atmospheric conditions that affect that too. You know, there's a lot of factors that go into how much range you're going to get in a particular day. So it's not just, oh yeah, well it says it'll go 10,000, so it should go 10,000. It doesn't work that way. Okay, you just don't. So it just all depends on where you're at, how much Wi-Fi is going around, cell towers, and, you know, all kinds of other reasons. So we're going to try them out. Usually over there at that, under that railroad track there, usually I get out to about 2,000 and it starts to drop out. So I'm going to put these on over there to see if I can squeeze it out a little bit more, to see if it, you know, starts dropping out at the same time, or I can go a little further. But we'll see, right? That's what we're going to go. We're going to test them today. So I'll put them over there in that pile, in the today test pile. Next up, I got this XMRC 4-axis vehicle called the Air Knight. I don't know. It's got a dude on it. Okay, so there you go. We'll get that going. That's not too exciting. Next up, we got this Appi Genie. It's a little smartphone. You put your smartphone in it and it tracks you, which I did fart around with this thing for a couple of minutes, and the software that you download to use this does some pretty cool things. I will give it credit for that. It's not a lot to it other than it syncs up really easily and it will track you pretty good. But the software has a lot of little tools in it that you can, you know, change your facial features, make your eyes real big, and, you know, your chin small. And it's pretty neat. I was messing around with it for a couple of minutes, and it, you know, I didn't do the full Monty on it yet, but just played around with it for just a couple of minutes, and it works pretty nice. So I was liking that. It's just like a little stand here, and you just set your phone. And it has a 1/4-20 screw on it and everything. It holds the phone and, you know, rotates. It just tracks you. That's all it does. Nothing much to it. Except the software is real good. The next thing we got here is this Movo TP2000. Now this is just a time-lapse device. It's a motorized time-lapse device. So it's very simple type deal. It has your GoPro mount, it has your phone mount, it has your 1/4-20 here, and has a 1/4-20 on the other side, so you can set it on a tripod. And you just mount your GoPro and your phone in there, and it just spins around 360 degrees on it, and it's on a timer. So if you want to do time lapses, like I like to do time lapses, so you just set your camera on there, and it's mechanical. It's not motorized. There's no battery or anything in there. It's like one of those egg timers. It even ticks like one of them, not egg timer, but you know those these things. Hold on. I got one right here. It's like one of these things. You know, you just spin it, and it has little gauges on the side, you know, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and it'll spin 360 degrees in 1 hour. Then you set your time lapse up to do that, to spin for 1 hour. It was $14 from Walmart. Now they do have a fancier version, a motorized one with a battery and all that crap, but this one is only $15, and it's a manual. So you don't have to worry about it charging it or having a battery or syncing it to anything, Bluetooth, none of that stuff. It's completely mechanical, completely manual. Next up is we have these little landing gear feet for the Mini. It's like a little sled. Let's crack it open. I haven't messed with this. That's cool. Let's put it on there and see what it looks like. It just snaps right in. Clears the vents out. It doesn't obstruct anything. So it just snaps in there. Good design. Yeah, nice little legs there. I mean, I usually hand catch mine, which is basically what you want to do, But, it might have some use for some people. Let me weigh these up real quick. They weigh 9.5 grams. Now, getting them suckers off of there was not that easy. Believe me, you had to pry the hell out of these things to get that off. That thing snaps on there pretty tight. So just remember, all right, the phone rang, of course. It always does when I'm doing something. Well, it always does all the time anyway. Anyway, getting them off was not easy. They snapped on there pretty good. So just so you'll know that getting them off is going to be a big pain. Okay, next up is going to be another one of those Mavic Mini flashlight deals. I don't know if I have the batteries in this one yet or not. No. Let me see. Okay. Anyway, what I liked about this one, what I didn't like about the other one, which I shot a video with already, was this wobble. I really wasn't liking that. You really couldn't set it exactly the way you wanted it because of the crappy 3D printing, which it is. It's a crappy job they did on printing this. I mean, real crappy. But this one is static. It's going to sit there in one spot. And then you just mount this one in the arms. Let me get it up here. Like this. And then it has the disc on here. So I could actually probably use the other flashlight with this too. So yeah, I can. You could snap it in there. See? And this one has the little dial on it so you can adjust it exactly to the angle you want. If I wanted to tip it up that way, I could do that. If I wanted to tip it that way or this way or just the exact spot I want it, I can have it. Where that other one you can't. The other one you have to bend it and heat it and do all this mumbo jumbo. But yeah, I wasn't digging this one too much. And it wasn't completely straight, so yeah, we'll scrap that one out and we'll just stick with this one. This one's way, way better. Way better. $5, that's about what these things are. This one might even been less. See, you can get this one exactly where you want it right there like that. See? So, I like that a lot better. Next up is going to be one of these float device things for the Mini. Now, I have had one of these for let's see, I had one for the Mavic Pro, didn't work. I sent that to John Cuppy. Then I got one for the Mavic Air, and that didn't work. And now I got one for the Mavic Mini. The Mavic Mini's so light, one of these is going to have to work eventually. But I think what they don't tell you when you buy these, they don't tell you that they don't work in fresh water. See, that's where the deception comes in. I've seen videos of these working, and I was like, oh yeah, that works great. And then I get it, and the thing sinks like a brick. And then you go back and watch the video. Okay, the guy's in England. You know, he's someone that we're on the coast. You know, in salt water they seem to work, but in the fresh water they just drop like a stone. So just remember that for yourself. But these two buoys there, they seem pretty big to where they would be able to hold up this Mavic Mini. So we're going to try that out. Not today. I don't have time today to mess with this garbage. So we're getting to it, man. We're getting to it. I got a lot of other stuff to do. All right, next up is this little gadget here. I just wanted to mess around with it. See all that stuff coming out of there? This is one of these little signs. You charge it up, and then when you turn it on, you can program it to say something on there. I don't know what that says on there now. You know, something's going across there. Mi hung lo, or something like that. But anyway, so you plug it in over here, and then you can download some software or whatever you do to make that change. Then you can put anything you want on there, and it flies around actually on the Mini. It mounts to the Mavic Mini. Like I said, I'm just not sure how this goes right at the moment. Well, I'm sure this goes into here. I know that part. Okay, so that's a start. And then this is going to go on top of the Mini somehow, some way. Like this. That's what these straps are for, I believe. So that's going to go on top of there, and it's going to wind up sitting like that. It's a novelty deal, you know. Something cool. But we'll see, right? We'll see. If it carried that flashlight, it'll carry this, I'm sure. The Mavic Mini is tough as nails, okay? This thing's tough. Oh, well, I just turned around and that was it. There's the end of the mail call. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Have a nice day.